Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another day of Amy All April. Today we're doing a first impression on a palette that is not new at all. It's been available for years. I actually bought it for Black Friday last year and I just kept forgetting to use it, and I feel like this is the most slept on pastel palette. I've only heard two people talk about it that I can remember off the top of my head, but I feel like I've heard really great things and I'm just excited to finally go ahead and use it and compare the quality to all the other pastel palettes that I own. So this is the Claropsyche Cosmetics Psyche box. I feel like I don't know why that's so hard for me to say, but here is what it looks like on the inside. The mirror is super cute and it just has like a really stunning pastel color story. There's a black, a white, a gray, which is kind of neither here nor there for me. These like middle tones here look so pretty to me. So we're just gonna go ahead and do some swatches and eye look. I also pulled out the shadows that I did a swatch party on recently from Terra Moons, and I thought I could incorporate the shimmers in here. Maybe this multi-chrome right here, which was like a really light pastel rainbow type shimmer. I think that would be really pretty with an eye look. Maybe we could do the yellow or the blue. I'm not sure exactly yet, but I thought I'd incorporate those since the swatches were so stunning. I feel like we need to play with them together, see them in action, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump on into some swatches. Okay, so the first shade that we have is Damask, which looks like a really bright kind of reddy orange. We've got Tic Tac, which is an orange. I feel like that orange actually looks pretty bright. Then we have Baby Jane, which is a really pretty kind of like soft rosy pink. And they all feel pretty soft and pigmented so far. Definitely a little bit more of a powdery formula. Next we have Glow, which is a pretty bright yellow. I feel like the swatch almost looks like the way neon shadows swatch because it's so powdery and it's like a little uneven. We've got Subterranean, which is a bright blue, and then Life on Mars, which looks like a baby blue, and that one looks really pretty. Okay, that's definitely bright. Oh, and I should say the two people I've heard talk about this palette would be Sky the Cloud and Spooky Lips and Fat Hips. I'll have both of their channels linked down below in case you want to check them out. And next we have Fantasia, which looks like such a beautiful lavender purple. Phantom, which is kind of like a purpley gray. Actually, that's more purple than I was expecting. I really like that. And then we have Eclipse, which is actually a really pigmented black. Oh wow, I really like that color. I thought in the palette it just looked like a boring gray, but it's such a pretty purple. It kind of reminds me of Rock something from the Club Nebula palette. Rock Hopper maybe? Okay, next we've got Prechitor. I don't even know what that word is, but it's just a really pretty soft greeny pastel, but it's like a little bit more like an emeraldy pastel. Very cute. We've got Sprite, which is like a light mint, and then Gossamer, which is a white, which the white looks a little bit more sheer. Okay. I mean, overall, I feel like that looks really cute. It's definitely an interesting pastel palette, and I like the colors like that were put in here. I feel like it's like a rainbow, but it like makes sense to me. I don't know. I'm excited to go ahead and put it on my eyes and see how I like the formula. But swatched out, it's really pretty, and I'm like super pleasantly surprised by this. Like I feel like this whole section right here is just speaking to me. Okay, so I already went ahead and primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the shade Fantasia, and I'm gonna focus that in the inner half of my crease as my transition. Okay, pigmentation looks nice. Just gonna like lightly blend that out. Using a little bit more of a denser crease brush so that I can really pack the pigment on. But I feel like that's such a pretty purple. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Baby Jane, and I'm gonna pop that in my crease for the outer half. Again, pigmentation's nice. Just gonna start lightly blending that out. Don't want to do like a full on rainbow eye today, but I am trying to get use out of at least a few shades. The thing is that this palette came out before a lot of the pastel palettes that I've tried and reviewed. I think it may have came out around the same time as Shroud Creepy Cute. I'd have to double check, but it's been around a hot minute, so we'll see if it lives up to what I hope it is. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Phantom next, and I'm gonna pop that in my outer V. See, it just looks very gray there. Let's see, blending it in how it looks. I mean, I feel like that's blending all right. I just think that shade will shine more when it's by itself with the purples. But I think that looks okay. I'm also gonna go ahead and dip into a little bit of the Black Eclipse and pop that on my outer V. It does seem to be like a little bit more of a sheer black, but at the same time, it's pretty easy to blend out. Go back in with my previous brush. I'm also gonna pop just a touch of Eclipse, the black along the lower lash line, just the tiniest little bit to connect, because that's pretty much what I always do. And then for something a little bit different, I thought I would do like a pop of green from the inner corner through the lower lash line. So I'm gonna start off with the shade Sprite, popping that on my inner corner. I really like that color combo. I think I'm also gonna bring that onto the lower lash line just a little bit. And then I'm gonna dip into the Petrichor shade, I'm so sorry. And I'm gonna pop that on the middle of the lower lash line. Just connecting the mint to the black. Okay, she's cute, she's cute. Now let's go ahead and do a lid shade. Like I said, I'm gonna go in with that one from Terra Moons. Let me double check the name because I can't remember. This is the shade Cirrus, and it looks just like a purple, but it really has a rainbow looking shift, which is super, super pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that all over the lid. I get to the outer V, I'm just kind of tapping it into the black. I feel like it looks very like silver with an orange reflect in this light. I almost want to go in with just a touch of this shade Comet, because this is a little bit more purple. And I'm just gonna pop that on the outer half just a little bit. I'm gonna go back into the brush I used for my outer V and just lightly blend over that edge. I feel like it looks less ethereal than what I was originally going for, but still very cute. I'm gonna go ahead and dust away the fallout because I definitely got a ton. Honestly, it looks like it's all from the shimmer shade though. All right, I'm gonna go into the ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in the shade Prance in my waterline for a little pop of powder blue pastel, throw on some mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think that looks really, really cute. I like how it's turned out. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Baby Jane as my blush today. Just gonna be pretty careful with it, so I'm not getting into the yellow or the orange or the purple. Just gonna throw that on. Love a good pastel blush moment. For a highlighter, I'm going to dip into the Love Luxe Beauty See Me from Space Drenched Highlighter Palette because I've not used this in forever. And I'm going to use Heliocentric. A really pretty kind of like peachy tone. I don't know, I feel like something about the vibes of this color I felt would go along with the lid shade. Remembering why I hit pan in this highlight because it's so good. I'm just blending over that with my blush brush. For lips, I'm going to use the Smoky Glow Never Dull Lip Gloss. They collab with Midas Cosmetics just for a little bit of color, a little bit of extra shine. Oops, someone just started mowing, so I need to hurry up. So let me just share with you all my overall first impression thoughts on this palette. I will say that I do really, really like the way that the look turned out. I feel like everything blended really nicely. It was easy to use. The pastels are very, very pale, so I'm not sure how this would work for someone with a deep skin tone or even like a medium skin tone. I'd be curious because I just feel like they're very much on the light side. I don't know that I would say I like this more than my Terra Moons pastels, which I think are phenomenal. The Shroud Cosmetics Creepy Cute pastels, which are also amazing. First impression, I still like those more. I think if I had gotten this palette years ago when it first released, I would have went crazy for it. I think it's a fun matte palette, and it'll be nice to pair with some of my all shimmer palettes. Like I think this and Plain Jane could be really, really cute. So I do look forward to using this more, but that is everything for today's video. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.